Disclaimer, I'm extremely tired, just absolutely exhausted. It's been a very tough work week, and I'm more than a litlittle drunk, so just bear with me.
The devil said, son, are you ready to go? Well, I was born on a green light, Daddy-o.
Today, we're going to fight this microphone. That's what we're going to do. This is on. I have to use this one because, well, basically, it's 106 degrees outside, and I don't want to turn off my air conditioning, so I'm going to use this vocal mic, hopefully to cut down on the errant air conditioning noise. But anyway, I'm going to shoot a short video on my two Les Paul style guitars. All right, so we'll start with the Michael Kelly. Now, these guitars are Sam Ash's like store brand. All right, they're made in Korea and they're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. The woodworking on this, the binding, everything, it's really, really, really beautiful. I bought this guitar because basically it was just absolutely beautiful. It played well. It sounded really, really good through a orange Pro 60 that was sitting on the floor at Sam Ash. I played it for a couple of weeks. And I wanted to buy a new guitar because I hadn't in about 20 years. So I kept playing this thing because, first off, just looking at it, I mean, it was, this flame top maple veneer, the abalone inlay, the fret inlays. It was just absolutely gorgeous. It played really, really well, and I hadn't had a new guitar in it had been at least 20 years. So I ended up, after several weeks of playing it, I ended up finishing a welding job, a lucrative welding job, and had not a ton of money left over after paying bills and all that, but enough that I could justify spending $400 on a guitar. And this guitar was right around I think $430. It was on sale, and I'm sure this type of stuff, it's always perpetually on sale. But it's beautifully made. A lot of a lot of the stuff coming out of Korea and has been forever. I mean, this old Epiphone, I don't know if the camera can see it. This is an old Korean Epiphone. The Koreans make beautiful guitars, and it was very, very fun to play. I didn't know a lot about it, just what I had asked the salesman, and I liked the fact that it was a drilled through body so that, your strings go all the way through the body, and for the tone, honestly, I've never really been able to tell the difference. There was a time where I thought I could tell the difference, but I was probably lying to myself. But it was just an extremely playable guitar. It's very light. I believe it's supposed to be mahogany. It's supposed to be a mahogany body and a mahogany neck, but it feels lighter than mahogany. It may not be. It's really hard to say. It could use a cleaning, because of course, as you know, there's a active motorcycle and welding shop right on the other side of this wall. only separated by this little tiny door. So I get a lot of dust and shit in here. But anyway, it has these discontinued Seymour Duncan Rockford pickups, and they scream. They're hot as hell. I'm not going to give like monstrous tone tests or anything on these guitars. I'm not really going to compare them all that much because I'm really just kind of showing them off. I like these guitars. They were cheap. And I always wanted a Les Paul style guitar, so I picked this one up. This guitar comes equipped with coil taps, so it'll run single coil as well as your regular humbucking style. Which, when I bought it, I thought was really, really, really cool. And I mean, it is. It's cool that it has it. It's cool that it has it. But honestly, if I'm gonna play single coil, I'll play one of my two Telecasters. Most likely this blonde, because this blonde is just a magical guitar. So you don't really need the coil taps, but I mean, it's neat. It's neat to have a little bit of extra tech, especially in a $400 guitar. Okay, the Ebony Epiphone Les Paul. Now, I actually did a little bit more research getting this guitar and played it for a little over a month, going every Friday or Saturday up to Sam Ash and playing this guitar. They had 3 of these models when I first started playing them. The Epiphone Les Paul Standard. The reason that I wanted the Standard was basically it doesn't have coil taps. It's just got the classic Elnico humbuckers, with the rare earth magnets. They sound really good. I played the hell out of them. This is also not a weight relieved Les Paul. I wanted a heavy. I wanted to feel like I was playing a Les Paul when I played this thing. So I don't know what it weighs, but it's a lot. Like it's heavy. You can see. Like I have my strap up a little bit higher on this guitar as opposed to the Michael Kelly. And that's just kind of for my back because this thing is heavy. But it sounds amazing. I played all of the new Epiphone Les Pauls with the ProBucker humbuckers that have coil taps like the Michael Kelly, and they sounded all right. But the coil-tapped humbuckers, every single one of them I've seen so far, they're a little bit noisy. And they're hotter. Like they don't have as warm a tone as the old style Elnico classics. So I really, really wanted this particular model of Epiphone because it doesn't have the coil taps. It doesn't have a USB cable in the port. I just wanted the basic guitar, and I didn't want weight relief. I wanted the full solid guitar. Now this one supposedly it's also a set neck. It's also supposed to be mahogany, with a mahogany neck, but it's solidly twice the weight of that Michael Kelly. So if they're the same wood, there's a lot that's been drilled out of this Michael Kelly to get rid of all that weight, because this thing is a brick. I mean, it is heavy. But I just really wanted an Epiphone Les Paul. I mean, I really wanted a Gibson Les Paul, but they're $2,000, and I've always liked Epiphones. I've had a few Epiphones over the years that I really loved, and I wished I wouldn't have gotten rid of. And after playing this one for months and months and months, a month and a half, after playing this one for about a month and a half at the store, I finally convinced my wife to let me bring it home, and I'm glad that she did, because it is now my second favorite guitar, just behind the beautiful blonde Telecaster, my absolute favorite guitar I think I've ever played in my life. So I don't know if you can tell any difference between these two guitars, given my recording equipment and all that good stuff, and my very mediocre playing. But to me, there's a pretty dramatic difference, and I'm sure that most of it is psychological. Put a different guitar in your hand. The same two models. You can have two guitars that were made the same year on the same factory floor. Play them back to back, and one of them you'll love, and the other one you'll go, it's all right. One will feel like it's got magic in it. One won't. Both these guitars definitely feel like they have magic in them. This Michael Kelly's a great guitar. It really is, and it's beautiful. It's really looking at it up close, it's absolutely just fucking gorgeous. But this thing, it really spoke to me at the store, and it keeps talking to me, which is why for about the last 2 weeks I haven't been able to put it down. And this was $600. This is a $600 guitar. It plays absolutely beautiful. It sounds great. Everything on it is perfect, as near as I can tell. The Michael Kelly, there's been a couple of little issues with it. Things have loosened up, like the three-way switch for the pickups. That wants to fall apart about once a week. As well as the jack on the Michael Kelly, the output jack, it wants to fall out about once a week, and if you over tighten it, then you don't have any power whatsoever. And it's an issue I'm sure I could easily solve if I felt like tearing it apart, but I really don't. If I play the guitar more, if I start playing out with it or something like that, then I'll fix it. But for here in the office, it's not really that big a deal. This thing, on the other hand, has had absolutely zero issues whatsoever. It has been absolutely perfect. I'm absolutely in love with it. Yes, it is a Chinese-made Epiphone, but apparently those our friends there in China are doing a much better job than they used to, because this guitar plays and sounds amazing. I mean, it just really it's just a really nice guitar. It's one of the best playing guitar. It's one of the best playing guitars I've ever played in my life. So coming up, I am working on another moto vlog video. Hopefully will be done in the next few days after this is released. That'll be us riding dirt bikes over Four Peaks, a mountain here in Arizona. It was a pretty decent time. And whoa, losing my microphone here. And very soon I will be taking a road trip. So then I'll do a little bit of moto vlogging on some Arizona back roads that not a lot of people get to see. So that's all coming up. Just bear with me. Summertime has started. As you know, I do pool service. And right now, pool service is really busy. So I will catch up and I will get back to a reasonable schedule with these videos very soon. But until now, everybody have a fantastic week.